Alrighty, so electrics, our first electrics video. Now, disclaimer, you have no idea what you're doing. Probably best you don't attempt this. But electrics is not that difficult if you take precautions. So, rule number one, you don't work on anything with the power on, okay? Various ways of turning the power off, circuit breaker, switch, whatever. I suggest you educate yourself on that. And more importantly, always get yourself one of these. It is a tester, okay? So it will tell you whether there's power or not. Now, here I am in this particular situation where there is some low voltage garden landscape lights with also some tree lights, and the owner is complaining that they don't work. So this here is the transformer for the low voltage. Here you can see on the side is where the power comes in. I think it's actually either hooked up to one of those GFIs. It's a ground fault interrupter. It's a type of outlet that will protect you from shocking yourself. Generally they're always outdoors now by code and around any water inside. Then there's a switch up there with a timer. So I have to figure this mess out. What I think is going on is I think possibly a breaker inside is tripped, or because this GFI is bad, the lighting is after that GFI. There we go. I'll turn this on to see how it's, where is it, shining green there. Nothing. No power going to this low voltage transformer. So what we're going to do is we're going to go inside and see if a breaker is tripped. Before I do that, also get yourself one of these. This is an outlet tester. So if you see, I plug it into this one on the right. You'll see, I don't know if it's showing up very well, but it's giving me these two amber lights. Actually, it's only giving me one amber light. Now, one amber light is open ground. Not good. Bottom one, same thing. Open ground. That's not good. And this one on the left, oh, that's just no power to it. That's a dud. So something's going on. We got a ground open somewhere, which can be trouble to diagnose, but let's go see if any breakers have tripped first. Breaker panel located. Now for some reason, homeowners love to just put a whole bunch of crap in front of their panels. So it's hard to get to. So typical breaker panel, there's a little list there which is always really difficult to decode. People's shorthand is always different, so I'm going to do a bit of looking around and I'll let you know. Nothing on there is labeled for the garden, and all of these, none of them were tripped. Okay, so we're outside at the main panel where electricity comes in. From there's your meter, and here's the side panel, and this one is actually labeled floodlights and front plug. So everything else is AC units. Pool panel, okay, that's pool equipment. House panel, that's the panel, 100 amps to service to the panel we just looked at, and a surge protector. Everything's on there, so nothing is out of order there. This is what it boils down to. As usual, stuff gets added on over the years, and people don't label stuff properly, and they kind of do stuff like haphazardly. So what I think is going on is, if we come over here, here's just a single box, right? Now, I would almost bet that that box there is attached to an outlet in the living room on the other side. And then power comes from that, comes over here to that light down there, switch, which I believe might be for one of these outlets, to run the little lights on this tree, and then the other GFI is powered as well, and then the low voltage stuff comes off of that. So if I'm trying to cut the power, I bet you it is the first panel I looked at, and it's the bedroom, sorry, not bedroom, the living room outlets. So we'll go try that. Sorry, number 12. What does it say? Outlets, living room and study. Number 12. There we go. Nope, that was 14. Ding dong. Okay, number 12, off. So, I think that outlet might be this guy down here. If there's no power in this outlet, which there's not, see my device is not beeping or turning red, then I think outside the power should be cut as well. We shall go check. So here we are back at the scene of the crime. That looks good. No power, my friends, so I think I was right. So, the power is off. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up this box. We're gonna see if there's like a ground fault in there or something, if wires are touching or something, because something not quite right. But with a ground fault problem, it could also be something else. Like it could be this switch, it could be a myriad of things. So let's investigate. Okay, cover off. Just a few screws, any donkey can do that. And that's what we're left with. Now, before we just dive in there, I know I said the power was off, but to be sure, we really don't want any problems. So we are going to just pull the outlets out carefully and see if we get any power indications in here. Okay, no power in this box, which is what I want to hear. First thing that's apparent is that a power cable to the transformer comes through a hole. So this is it here, and it's attached to this guy, a bit of Romex through a hole in the wall. So it looks like the transformer is powered directly from an outlet on the other side, and possibly that has a GFI that is tripped. So could not find an outlet on the other side of the wall, but the breaker is now back on, and we're going to see if we've got any power in here. No power to the transformer. It clearly comes in there, goes out there, into there. So the low voltage lighting is not getting any power. So why is that? Where does this wire go to? Inside the wall? There must be something. So I think what I have to do, take this switch box apart and see what's going on there. Is there power anywhere else to this box? Yes, so now I've got power there, but no power to this GFI. That GFI is switched, so... Okay, so this GFI is live now, and that's attached to this timer. So we're making progress. There's a whole bunch of grounds here that are just not attached to anything, and that might be part of the problem. It's sensing a ground fault, so we should cap all these grounds off or tie them all together would do something, but we need to find where the power for this transformer is coming from. This is the other side of that outlet, and as you can see, there is a built-in sofa, which is not ideal. There is an access panel there. I did take it off earlier, I couldn't see anything, but we're going to have another look. Well, no, nothing under there. That outlet is slightly higher up anyway, it's behind this wood here, so no idea where it runs to. Okay, well, there I was thinking I was Inspector Clouseau, and it turns out, which the property manager neglected to tell me, that there's a timer for the power supply to the transformer. So I've just set it there to like whatever that is, 3/4 of an hour. And if we proceed outside, we see we have power, yeah. This is sexy, very sexy. So basically everything should work. What I don't see though, and that could just be because of the bulbs, is here are the in-ground lights, and I'd have to take that off and test it to see if we're getting low voltage in there, because we're not getting anything. Definitely not getting anything. And definitely not getting anything there on the coconut tree lights. But maybe I'll open up one of those boxes to see if it's actually receiving power. Because maybe it's just the bulbs. I mean, landscape lights do not last forever. I think we have one big fat dud here. So we know we got 120 volt going in. We know we've got that. But coming out, we've only got, if I just pick one, seven volts. Pick another one. 7 volts. Not enough to run the lights. So I think that this transformer is poo-poo. That's what I think the problem is. So we know what that is. Needs a new transformer. We're going to plug our GFI tester into these plugs here, make sure they're okay, and we're going to tidy up the ground wires in there to try and get rid of that ground fault problem. Okay, so back to the open ground problem. Power is off. It suddenly dawned on me, these were all taped up, but it suddenly dawned on me that there weren't enough wires coming out of these. And of course, these are ground fault interrupters. Do you see any ground attached to these? No. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be the solution to the open ground. Could be another one somewhere else, but these should be grounded, my friends. So let's get to doing that. Grounded. Bingo. There we go. Correct wiring. Okay, I'm going to close all of this back up. Okay, all done, all closed up. Everything works. Bottom line, this guy is kaput, needs replacing.